we're back after our unplanned break.
It's been like 2-3 months.
Yeah, 3 probably.
Ouch.
Yeah. I was actually diagnosed with hyperemesis gravidarium, and for those of you who don't know, that's a condition that like causes you to throw up way too many times during a day. It's like hard to keep food down. It's way more extreme than any sort of just a little nausea or throwing up a few times a day with pregnancy. And it's difficult. It was really difficult. It started at about 4 weeks. And the depth of how sick I was made it where Ryan had to do everything, even that early on. I was so weak, I could barely get out of bed. I could barely bring myself to the bathroom. And there was weeks there where I couldn't even really talk. To open my mouth even it brought me down this like whirlwind of throwing up over and over and over. And there would be nothing to throw up, and I would just be throwing up acid, and it hurt and was extremely painful. My body was so sore just from the number of times.
In the last video, I actually talked about that.
Yeah, that's when it started. Huh?
Yeah, and I explained in the last video that you were real sick and the house was falling apart. That was the same story for 15 weeks.
It was a lot. Those few days that were downhill turned into weeks, and those weeks turned into months. And it was a really, really low place for all of us, I think, in different ways. I was struggling mentally because it was like, the kids are wanting mama to come up and help them and carry them, and I couldn't even sit up. There was a while there where I really felt attacked by Satan, and that I was starting to almost believe that, like, am I even pregnant? Like, maybe this is just cancer? Like, I was dying. Like, I genuinely thought I was dying. And Ryan, I remember telling you, like, hey, like, I think I'm gonna die. Like, I don't think I can make it through this. Like, I was doing everything I could, fighting in every way, continuing to eat and drink, and nothing I was doing was working. We had gone to see my midwife multiple times, and she would give me fluids. We tried different medicines, and nothing was working. And I felt like it was the end of the road. So I just remember telling him, like, hey, make sure you feed the kids, like, fruits and veggies, and like, make sure they're healthy, and read them books and whatever.
She drew out a little food pyramid and explained to me what a balanced diet looked like.
We, like, barely survived those few weeks.
That was the goal. For me, at least. That the kids would just survive.
Yeah.
If I could just get everybody through. What made this exacerbated was that the kids knew you were sick, and they were extra dependent.
Well, they were very emotional about it, especially Wesley.
So they were extra clingy.
Mm-hmm.
I took them to a park every single day, and that helped a little, but, to get some energy out. But they were full of energy and acting out in different ways because they knew that something was wrong.
My midwife actually ended up recommending that we go see a holistic doctor in our area. So we went and found out that part of the cause that was making this hyperemesis gravidarium so intense this time was that I had heavy metal and mold toxicity in my body, and it was affecting a lot of different things in my body, which that alone can cause severe nausea. So that on top of being pregnant, when I have a history of, having hyperemesis, that my body was just really struggling, and that's why all those different medicines weren't helping me. So finding that out, they were able to use different supplements as well as essential oils that really helped me get through And that's when I was starting to keep some different foods down, was using those supplements and essential oils.
And I just want to back up a little bit. The heavy metal and mold toxicities is not, we don't have that in this house.
Mm-mm.
We don't live with those conditions. We had a rental when we were first married, so that we can get on our feet. And then we quickly moved into home ownership. But that's because we figured out that the house that we lived in, I mean, it was an old farmhouse in the middle of a cornfield that had asbestos siding. We figured out it had mold in the walls in the basement. We figured out it, and we figured
we knew the water wasn't good. It had like flecks of metal you could clearly see in it, and it would break anything that ran water through it. Like we'd buy a sprinkler, and
for the garden, it ruined that in a couple days.
We tried
appliances, a Brita filter. It destroyed a Brita filter in like 2 days.
Yeah,
and
thankfully we never drank. Thankfully, we never drank any of that water because we knew obviously that can't be healthy. Yeah. But learning from this doctor was that even washing your hands in that and showering in that your body does absorb,
So I probably have it too.
Probably.
But my hormones are not heightened like yours are. So
with pregnancy,
so I don't.
And she said that different people's bodies can clear those things out faster than others. And so that's just something my body's struggled to clean out or clear out, I guess. So grateful that my midwife really went the extra step to not just treat symptoms as far as, okay, she's throwing up, let's put her on these meds. And she really was like, why is it this severe? Because not only was that what helped turn the corner with me being able to keep food down, but it also kind of makes sense why before pregnancy, and maybe with Finley, why I had the hyperemesis with him, as well as why I wasn't really feeling the best before getting pregnant. So it answers a lot of questions for us, and it gives us a plan of action for after we have the baby. I'll be able to do a detox for that. I'm not able to do that while being pregnant, but thankfully with those supplements and essential oils, I am more stable, and I'm not sure if they consider the hyperemesis gone now that I'm not throwing up. Maybe it is, or it's managed, but thankfully, I am doing so much better. Our little baby is A-okay, and we know the gender, and we are so excited to share with you guys. Despite me being deathly ill, our friends and family were able to throw this amazing little gender reveal party, and it was just a blast and something that really helped give me joy during those difficult times. So that will be coming soon. Look forward to that, and leave your guess down below because it's coming. It is coming. So we're just so excited to be back and to be able to film and do all the normal things that we were doing before. We're excited to share our life with you guys and the rest of this little baby's journey to coming to the world.
And I'm especially excited for her to be back because I got her cooking back. That's the biggest part. The house is clean.
Hey, Ryan learned how to cook some meals before. I mean, those eggs were questionable, but he got better at eggs. He made a couple different pasta dishes. You were starting to learn how to make things.
Getting better.
Yeah. Thankfully, my mom came in clutch and made food all the time and had us.
That's where she learned her cooking from.
Thank the Lord, because we're looking forward to sharing the gender reveal with you guys, and that should be coming up in a little bit. Leave your guesses down below. We love y'all. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.